foreign or local startups, and then he also managing the GSCFO. So
foreign startup founders, welcome to South Korea. That has been my key initiative because.
But how, this is interesting, but you never told me about the population thing. So how can you put some more, how you're taking care of that part?
Gestures
Beautiful.
And smiles and every kind of those things. You know what? Can you tell the difference between the real smile and non-real smile?
Study email in English, probably.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think are they? What do you advise should be? It should be in English or it should be in Korean, the email?
Not only Korea, but also what society can enhance.
The society cannot do it. It's like if I'm sitting in cafe looking at the wall and my back is facing, I trust society that nobody will stab me from back.
Mm-hmm.
This is the trust. I think a lot of the more the foreigners will see this podcast, I think the more you will get a request on maybe LinkedIn. I'll put his LinkedIn on there. So please tease him on the LinkedIn.
When they invest to your company, they can spend their ticket.
Hello, welcome to another episode of the Doers podcast. Today we are live from GST and we have a very special guest. His name is Youngil Ahn.
Hello.
And I'm really excited to have him on my podcast, and it's just I'm really grateful that he showed up and came. Thank you so much.
Thank you for inviting me here.
And he got a very interesting background, and he's also investor who invests in Youngil Startup, and he's also managing Dower, which is a Korean government entity which invests in startups, foreign or local startups, and then he also managing the GSCFO. So he's a man of multiple roles, multiple talents, and
not multiple talents. Sorry.
Let's hear a story. Let's hear his story from his own mouth. What's his story here?
Yeah, thank you for inviting me here. As he told, I am running Global Startup Center as well as TipsTown. Tips is a government support program for technology startups in South Korea. In South Korea, meaning that startups which are incorporated, legally set up in Korea. So the founders can be not only Koreans but also non-Korean nationalities. And Tips has been operated for the past 11 years, and the government has supported them to more than 2,736 startups. And out of that, more than 25 went to public and 76 exited through M&A. And the combined value of the Tips portfolio companies is more than $100 billion. So, you know what? Last year, South Korea's national running budget was roughly around $600 billion. So 1/6 of the value has been created by out of nowhere, just by supporting technology startups. So I've been taking charge of running TipsTown for the past 5 years, so almost half of the period of this government support program. And recently, happily, because of my own initiative to get my startups to go global, not only that, but also invite more non-Korean national startup founders. Foreign startup founders, welcome to South Korea. That has been my key initiative because I'm very having good care of my home country because only with the happiness and the growth and kind of a peace of mind and peace of geographical situations and peace of financial status, my children can be happy as well as my friends can happy, my family and any of those people who are living in South Korea can be happy with the economic momentum. To make our economic momentum go better and better, I believe what my belief is, first, we need to cultivate startup ecosystem. Second, we need to have more population policy.
It's a huge issue.
Within that, we have immigration policy as well. And then we need to rehabilitate some cultures of the education system. So I'm taking two parts of these two strategies, startup and population now.
Okay, so you're taking charge of the startups and the population. I know a lot about the startup, as you explained, and I met you as well, and you told me a lot of things. But how, like, this is interesting, but you never told me about the population thing. So how can you put some more, like, how you're taking care of that part?
Oh my goodness, yeah. South Korea, no babies crying. No babies crying. Fertility rate of the South Korea, it is less than 0.67. Nowadays, only roughly around 200,000 babies are being born in South Korea these days. But back in 1970s and 80s, we had like more than 800,000, per year of the fertility, But nowadays, it is less than just quarter of them. So population crisis is a very huge problem in South Korea because it will be realized by with the economic metrics and macro metrics are all going along with the population thing. So to resolve that, we need to make a happier country. Mothers should be happy. So happy mothers, they make babies, and happy family make more babies. But in South Korea, oh my goodness, we are not doing that well. So to resolve and tackle this problem more efficiently, I believe we need to take more immigration.
I see.
Yeah, like you, man. You have to set up your own startups and realizing you're happy, like a successful story by yourself, and then hire not only South Korean nationals but also non-nationals as well. And those like immigrants, they can be happy. Wow, South Korean startup ecosystem, this innovation system, not only K-pop, K-culture, K-drama. This is just happy country. When you have that in mind, when you can have that, you will bring more of your friends and family, aren't you? So this is one of the strategic policies that we have to go pursue as a nation.
Sweet. I think it's a pretty good policy because it's still long living sort of seeking.
It is.
And there once as you mentioned, if we established a big startup or a company, and then all of our friends are looking, oh wow, so this guy is like generating this much revenue and doing that much good. Let's go to South Korea. That's a promising market. And exactly. And regarding the babies, what do you think is the main issue? Like, why the mothers are not raising babies, or is it like the marriages? What I think the major issue is the marriages. The couples, there are less couples.
People are not getting married. These days, not getting married.
And what is the reason behind it?
Essentially, is it people are not happy.
Why they're not happy? What are your thoughts?
It is so competitive to do something in Korea. Even from when you're elementary school student, like when your age is like 7, 8, 9. People and the society is forcing us to learn English, learn better mathematics and sciences, just for the purpose of taking the examinations well enough to get an admission to Seoul National Universities, Kansas or Postec. Those are prestigious universities in South Korea. And most of the parents believe that getting into that kind of universities is a surefire way to go success. And you know what? Those examinations are totally bullshit.
Exactly, like they're not gonna make you rich.
Someone who plans kind of those like equations and formulas and some kind of like dirty facts, data sets. When they just being persistent in sitting on the desk and memorizing those stuffs and good at solving problem, not solving social problem, not solving political problem, not solving these test scoring problems. And then that proves nothing about one's own capability. You know what? One person's character or capability, that is not something like taking scores. How can we measure a person's level of the curiosity by one's SAT score? How can we measure one's passion by SAT score? How can we measure kind of those things, to enter like Stanford or Harvard? We need to not only take a good score, not only have a SAT good score, but also we need to do some extracurricular activities like, sportsmanship or extracurricular union activities or so. But when it comes to South Korea, most of those prestigious universities, they never ever care about it. they just see the like measure of the scores which is written on the document. That proves nothing about the curiosity, passion, challenging spirits, or anything kind of those real talent measures. So, and the competition is so hard. Parents are pushing their children to go there hell, and in the hell, yeah, those children they're supposed to be happy, but they have to be happy. But yeah, within these boundaries of harsh competition, of meaningless competition round, how can the children be happy?
I think it's a very interesting point because, as you mentioned, what I assume is like you need to provide a certain kind of environment. Because all the thing that you mentioned is environment. If you don't have certain environment, the child will not be happy. The child will go in depression or like an extreme stress or whatever.
Sure.
And but to build that environment, as you mentioned, we should have like extra, not just focusing on scores, but like extracurricular activities. And I think what is your thought how we can solve this issue? Like, what do you think from your personal knowledge that I think if we implement this thing, I think we can tackle this thing. It's like say for example, if we have this thing in colleges or this thing from the very beginning when the students are seeing the world, I think if this thing is there, grow in a better version, and you will start integrating focus on innovation. And it's not just I think on that level. I think it has to be improved on the government or institutions level as well.
So from my own personal perspective, I believe to resolve and tackle this problem properly, we need to have more diversity. So the education system in South Korea is just one way, consistently one way. You know what? So every society has their own measure of the social mobility.
Exactly.
Yeah, one can climb up the ladder of the successful though systematically and make in one kind of those societies, one cannot have kind of those opportunities to move up the ladder of the economic success or social successes or so. So the social mobility, you know what? Some decades ago or 2 decades ago, we called United States as a land of freedom and land of opportunity. Land of opportunity meaning that many of those immigrants could get a success.
Exactly.
If they could put their own efforts, if they were totally focused, immersed in themselves to make something great. If one was so determined hard to make something great, one could move their own social ladders in any way.
Exactly.
But nowadays, you know what? Even United States, they are not the land of opportunity. No immigration. Immigrants are suffering a lot because they are being discriminated also. And in South Korea, we have never been opened
this much.
We have to realize that diversity, that matters most. And it has to be realized and embedded into not only educational system, but also the people's a societal level of the interaction together too. But it is really hard to make that happen in Korea.
Exactly. I think there's also saying that the more the problems a society has, the more the chances of innovations are there. Because if there is no problem, there is no innovation. So and you mentioned United States. I think first of all, you mentioned the diversity. I think it is very important because first of all, how did I get into entrepreneurship of this startup thing? I saw my other founder friends there, which are foreigner, and I saw them and I saw, so they can do it. They're building the companies in Korea and they're generating $2 million ARR, $3 million ARR. So it's possible. If they can do it. And they were running the software. They're not building a big giant hardware or something. They built this thing with software. So it's a diversity, as you mentioned.
Sure.
So the more diverse people came and the more my eyes were open. So similarly, as you mentioned, if there are more people like these in Korea, a lot of people will jump to the Korea so they are doing this thing, they're making this much money. So I think that's a beautiful way to solve this problem.
Sure. So when people majority of people, just perceive the way to success. Maybe if it were one way, when it comes to South Korean parents, they push their children to be a doctor and to be a lawyer.
Exactly.
Yeah, and to be a doctor and to be a lawyer, they gotta study hard, cramming those like memories into their beautiful brains, and those beautiful brains are getting corrupted by those memories. And most of the parents are believing in that. It is not diverse at all. So I'm very upset about it.
I always say this thing that I think, and it doesn't, when you go through that compact pipeline of this step, first this step, second this step, I think you do not develop the personality on the way.
Sure.
You only develop the personality when you start building something for people. Mm-hmm. Not for yourself. Like I want to be. Why do I want? I feel like you got to question yourself. Why I want to be a doctor? What is my big purpose? Is it I want to make money? Is it my mother wants it? Mm-hmm. Or I want to be heart specialist and nobody should die with heart attacks? Mm-hmm. So I think this kind of information, and this is only possible when you start building that stuff. Mm-hmm. So
that's right. Yeah. When we are a builder or a creator, we have to see the market and see the audience. Okay, how can I help or support the community members who are using my products or services or listening to my voices? One has to think about it. And by thinking about that is like a mirror which is existing in social and marketplace or anything. And by reflecting myself to that mirror, I can see myself and define my ego dependent on that. So when the society is diverse and we have diversification, if we have, we can see so many different types, there's so many spectrum of the mirrors.
Exactly.
So we can define so many different ideas of the egos as well. But when it comes to South Korea, as I have repeatedly told you that, we are only having like a single one way of the ego, like a professional success of this doctor, to be a doctor or lawyer. That thing is suffocating almost every tunnel and air of our society. And that is not just one single factor. There could be multiple factors of our fertility rate in South Korea. People are not happy.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I think, again, it comes back to the entrepreneurship. Like, if there are more opportunities, if there are more jobs, the rate of happiness will go up. Ultimately.
Sure.
So I think that's also one factor, that the job rate is decreasing, but maybe like there are not a lot of diverse jobs, like, and not everybody is programmer. Mm-hmm. So like there should be companies that are like dealing with fish problems.
Sure.
Right.
Sure.
So I'm just explaining what he put. I'm just clarifying what Doer is actually targeting the very exact points. Like this diversity is a huge topic. Mm-hmm. So jumping back to the key set, which is what do you think is a vision of key set, or this tips down?
Okay, key set. Okay, let me describe it more clearly. It should be articulated, elaborated. So the TIPS program is run by Ministry of SMEs and Startups in South Korea, and that ministry is giving operation role and responsibility to two quasi-government organizations. And the first quasi-government organization is called KISET, Korea Institute of Startup Entrepreneurship. Kind of. And the other quasi-government organization is called the Gijeongwon. I don't know their English standouts, but and they are taking in charge of the R&D budgets. And KISET is running a non-R&D budget. Mm-hmm. So, and TIPS program is PPP model, private-public partnership model. So, private-public partnership should be realized by the privates, because Ministry of SMEs and Startups in South Korea and KISET and Gijeongwon, they are public.
Yes.
So they are giving this budget to a private organization called KBAA, Korea Business Angels Association, when they were studying this TIPS program. So I am working under the umbrella of the KBAA now. Yeah, so I'm seeing both sides of those budgets, R&D and non-R&D. So from KeySet and from Gijawan.
I see.
So by being delegated a role and responsibility to run this buildings and business incubators, I'm running Tipstown and others as well. So the vision of the KeySet, certainly to cultivate better startup ecosystem in South Korea.
And jobs.
The mission of the Gijawan, sure, to cultivate better startup ecosystem through the R&D in Korea. Yeah.
What is the success rate you see as you've been for very long? I think half of the time it started. So what is the success rate as you see the entrepreneurs? And or let me put it this way. How do you see the people okay, this guy, when I see his pitch deck, when I meet him, hero or zero? Is there a certain criteria that you have that you can judge a person with? Can you put
it's really hard to elaborate. You know what? Yeah, because it's almost depends on intuition.
I see.
When it comes to super early stage startup and investing to those startup founders, it is almost like an intuition. Yeah, we have a huge round of the database, and we have a statistical way to evaluate which kind of traits are the successful founders' initial kind of element. Yeah, we have database of that, but not always they work well. Yeah, not always, because it is just case by case. But what I see from the people is I'm more prone to listen to, and not listening to their voices, but also I see their eyes, gestures, and smiles, and every kind of those things. You know what? Can you tell the difference between the real smile and non-real smile?
I think you can.
Yeah, you can. Yeah. So do you think flight attendants, their smiles, do you think they're authentic or not?
That is hard.
I think it is just a service provider's smiles. So why? Real smiles leave some traits.
It makes you very shy.
Yeah, leave some traits, and that just the service providers smile. They smile, and then just go away, and they just change their faces immediately after smiling. You know what? But the real smile leaves some traits even after finishing their smile. You know what? And when one is really happy, and when really that burst into kind of the laughters,
yeah, exactly.
Kind of these traits leave.
That was so smiling.
It is like a momentum of inertia. Someone who is really happy, always happy. Some happy traits on their faces, and body gestures, everything. When everything's under control, yeah, like that. So that consistency reveals a lot of the true facts about the authenticity and integrity of certain founders. So whenever I see the founders and talk to them, and I try really hard to myself to tell the difference between his real emotions and nuts. If one is good at faking one's own facial expressions or gestures, you know what? I turned it down because it is a red flag when it comes to for the investors like me, because I have to give my money, and they are smiling. Oh, thank you for giving this money. Yeah, I didn't dedicate my whole life to you, and they can smile and get it and bank account bill and wire I money. Okay, how shall let's go and purchase a Mercedes? I don't know what will happen afterwards. So integrity and authenticity really matters a lot. So I keep deep attention to their consistent behavior. Yeah.
I think
How I judge the super early stage startup founders.
you know what? I think you cannot fake a beautiful art. Like even if when you like, there's a saying that I don't know the person name, but he said like he saw a beautiful man approaching towards him, well, for us, personality and everything, and then he said like, "Can you speak 2 lines so that I can judge you?" Because as soon as you open your mouth, I will learn whether you're ignorant or like you're real knowledgeable.
Yeah.
So it's like as soon as people open their mouth, I think they can maybe they can fake it for to some extent, but if they don't have beautiful hearts,
Yeah.
it's impossible.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
You gotta reflect some way or the other way your true identity. That's I think that's beautiful thing. I think beautiful way to evaluate startups, early stage startups. So do you think KeySet generally invest in super early stage startup, or they are more like this person should have some recurring revenue, or like do you think is it true like generally?
Oh, it is not a matter of true or false. When it comes to KeySet, yeah. So I'm not under KeySet umbrella, and I told you that I'm under KBAA umbrella. And so when it comes to just KeySet, since you questioned, KeySet is covering whole variety of those early stage startups. Support program. They are supporting not only just a pre-established company.
Wow.
They have that.
Okay, wow.
We call them 예비 창업 package.
see.
Pre-start package.
I see.
So they are, from my information, they are giving almost around like $70,000 per year, and $70,000 per year for pre-start package. So
Without having a company.
As a non-Korean nationals, in Global Startup Center, you take the visa consultations and take the education courses of the Oasis visa, and you get the visa and qualify to work in Korea and start your own company. Then you have your business idea. Then you write the business proposals, and then you can submit it to KeySet's pre-start packages, and then you can get qualifications. But so the thing is, it has to be written in Korean. So please leverage the code or ChatGPT for Omni
I see.
or La as well. So when you do that, you can easily transform your documents to proper Korean languages, and then you can apply for that pre-start package. And then as a non-Korean nationals, get the $70,000 of the support per year, and then you can spend it for your like business developments or presentation consultations or mentorings, or purchase some of the facilities that is related to your running business.
Exactly.
And then you pre-start package, meaning that it is before even setting up your company in Korea. And and the KPI of officers who are running this program is to make more startup founders set up their legally document proper startups in Korea.
I see.
And then that is the KPI, the number of the startups done. And then you can again apply for early startup support package.
Okay,
That is also being prepared and already being supplied from the KeySet policy program. So we also give another round of money. And then with that stage, you can have more clear ideas, or even making some proving your concepts or minimum viable products available.
How much is this?
I don't know. You can ask to Jason, afterwards, because I'm not sure whether Jason would know that or not. It also could be around more than like $70,000 or $100,000 of the support budget package from the Korean taxpayer study. But you also can be supported by that. And with that series of supports of a year of a pre-start package and after start package, and then maybe you can be supported roughly around, at minimum, I believe it is going to be like $100,000 for 2 years. So you're into this idea and developing making some service and products for 2 years, being supported by the Korean government, maybe you could be like, yeah, we believe at these 2 years of the stage, you are a businessman. Yeah, even though, you have no business manner, that's okay, but you have something, you should have something.
Right.
At least the website.
Exactly.
And workable ideas.
Exactly.
And visitors and website traffic, mobile traffic, or some kind of prototypes.
I see.
With that prototype, what you can do as a non-Korean nationals, not only non-Korean nationals, but also Korean nationals are already doing this now in Korea, being supported by KISEN. And yeah, they are looking for another round of government support package. There are a lot, and one of them is TIPS, Tech Incubator Program for Startups in South Korea. As I have explained before, just earlier, yeah, it is not only run by KISET, but also run by Gijeongman, and the budgets are consolidated into one organization called Korea Business Angels Association. And then we are, so when you, at this stage, when you want to get a support from the TIPS, what you have to do is to seek for, you have to raise funds from licensed TIPS operators, investors.
Okay.
So the TIPS program is, the government is giving licenses to these private investors.
I see.
Yeah, we have more than 1,000 private investors, super early stage startup investors in Korea, accelerators, VCs and CVCs as well.
Nice.
And among them, 127, from my memory, 127 investors are licensed by TIPS program. And those licensed TIPS programs can, when they invest to your company, they can spend their ticket to recommend your company to the government. And my job is to review the business plan and research and development plan, and inviting some external professors or startup founders and investors as well to evaluate and judge. It is evaluating committee whether to support this startup or not.
I see.
And when we do that, so the process is first raise funds from licensed TIPS investors, and then get the recommendation to the government, and we review it, and then we decide whether or not to give you research and development grant, which is from Gijeongman.
I see.
Yeah, and that is roughly around, today's exchange rate to Korean won to USD, it is roughly around $360,000 for 2 years of R&D. And when your startup is deep tech startup, we support you by $1.2 million of research and development grant, meaning that we are not asking for any kind of shares.
Wow, it's like a zero equity. No, you don't need to give any equity.
No equity.
Wow.
No dilution.
Wow.
No dilution.
Wow.
$1.2 million for 3 years of research and development.
I think this knowledge is very compressed. Nobody's like telling, especially
because when it comes to non-Korean national society, who's talking this? Maybe I'm the first one who's talking, going deep diving into this subject, So please welcome to Korea and get the government grant. And not only TIPS programs grant, but also you can be supported by various types of the supporting policies from the KISET.
I mean, guys, there are like thousands of grants, thousands of funding. It's like you just pick up stone and they're like, oh, there's this funding, probably said that this funding, and a lot of people like me, for them, they are unaware. They can even they are. It's not just about like. Some people genuinely need some people of course are good and bad sides, or like as you said, you can take the money and go to the party environment. That's a bad side. But side is like this founder genuinely need money, and he needs like 100K run, and he can convert it into maybe a good future unicorn, and it's like a brand of Korea. So I think I think that's really a good level, and he doesn't have to dive anything. Interesting. And so that's like a 1.2 million for the deep tech and 360,000.
360,000 years of R&D. So, and
It's all early stage. It's all early stage.
early stage, pre-A,
Pre-A.
most of them.
Okay.
So normally, when it comes to like $360,000 of the package from the TIPS program, people, the startups are raising roughly around like 100 to 200K from the licensed TIPS investors, and they get the recommendation, and they are giving normally like 10% of the equity, to the investors.
I see.
And that investors can recommend that startup to Korean government, and we are getting that kind of like that amount of the grant without asking for money.
I see. So so in order to get the ticket, they have to dilute 10% from the investor.
Yes.
And then they can come and raise a big chunk of money without diluting.
And just for your information, and many of the startup founders come to me and ask me, hey, I have this idea, can I get the tips? Please don't do that. Please don't. You know what? The first thing you have to do is raise money from licensed tips operators. So we have website, jointips.org.kr. So we have list of licensed tips operators and licensed tips investors. So you have to visit their websites. Most of them have English version of their websites, and see the portfolio companies, and okay, this house, this accelerator, this VC, okay, they have invested to startups which has very similar or common concepts that I have now, but my concept is different. Okay, let's send them email. You send an email, and I believe they will reply you. Not always, but reply you.
What about Google speaking? What's like because most of the founders are foreign founders are gonna send email in English probably. What do you think are they? What do you advise should be? It should be in English or it should be in Korean by email?
It could be English, both English and Korean. Most of the members of the judges, investors, VCs. If they don't understand English,
who made that?
That doesn't make sense. It's not VC. It's not VC.
I was wondering the same thing.
Super early stage startup VCs, they need to have huge spectrum of networks. We don't know which startup will succeed. Normally, we want to invest to a startup that doesn't fail. Each and every single deal, when we are dealing with this deal, we hope and we wish this startup not to fail.
Exactly.
We make that mind, but in reality, probabilistically reality, heuristic word, most of the startups fail. 1 out of 20 just maintain after 5 years of their foundation. So we are betting on the 1 out of 20 possibilities as a VC investors. We are doing that. It is probabilistic work, but when it comes to our real work, we have to have a determined mind. Okay, I'm going to support this startup to everlastingly succeed and grow. I'm going to introduce them my networks. I'm going to provide my mentoring, whatever. They are almost every one of them are willing to do that.
I see.
Because they are sharing their own blood as capital.
Right. Exactly. Just for the audience, when I met first time Doer, he exactly did what he explained. So he's not just a man of mouth, but he's a man of action as well. When I met him first time, he exactly asked me the same question that was he's explaining on the podcast, so what is the product, what is and then he started introducing me to network. This is the beauty of the people who actually, he's called Doer because he does things. He gets things done. So.
Doer. You know what? I lost my left hemisphere drinking so much alcohol, and I lost my right hemisphere smoking a lot. So no brainer, just Doer.
Right. So this is like this guy can help you in this thing. This guy can help you in this thing. So I think this is this is what founders need. This is what founders are looking for. I think more than money is a very important thing.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So just for your information, once again, please don't tell me. Bring your business ideas and not only that, but also what matters most for early stage startup ecosystem is trust. Trust. So South Korean VCs are investors. So nowadays it is developing and getting better, but still so many investors are so homogeneous. One way or not culturally diverse enough. So many of the startup investors, even though they have to do that, when they were in San Francisco, they have to do that. They need to, they have to dare to and willing to invest in like immigrants. But when it comes to investors in South Korea, they could be a little bit afraid of doing that. Why? Oh, I give him this money, I give her this money, and all of a sudden, he or she could disappear to going all the way back to her or his home country. Most of those investors could be afraid of that. So to build a trustworthy network, you have to show up frequently, more often.
Right.
And you have to demonstrate more determination that you are really, surely, very, very, very determined to start your business in South Korea. Not only that, but also I help you to build more networks with Korean colleagues as well. When someone who is reliable in South Korea introduces you and vouches you, hey, this guy, if you believe me, believe this one. That kind of warm greetings and introductions, that works well. So trust makes really a great thing. So without the trust, not only Korea, but also what society can enhance.
The society cannot work. Like it's like if I'm sitting in cafe looking at the wall and my back is facing I trust society that nobody will stab me from back. This is the trust. Like if I'm walking on the road, I have a trust that nobody will steal my thing or put knife in my. So I think everything is based on trust.
And South Koreans, we are very open to trustworthy culture and environment. You know what? I don't know if you were a foreigner who have never visited Korea. This is a very amazing things. When you leave your mobile phone on the desk in Starbucks cafe, nobody will get this. You know what? You leave for toilet and getting back. When it were another country, it's a high possibility of disappearing. But when it comes to South Korea, nobody will take it.
And people ask me, why did you come to Korea, bro? Where would I go? This is the safest country on the planet. It's like Dubai and like this. These are the like top safest countries. I don't want to get killed. I want to build my company peacefully.
And beautiful friends, beautiful culture, beautiful foods, and person like me, no brainer. You can make friends.
Right.
Yes.
And I feel like it's very welcoming to the foreigners because as I feel myself that I get welcomed a lot. A lot of people say the racism. To be honest, I didn't find racism. Maybe I'm lucky. I have a lucky chance, but I've been welcomed everywhere. Like I met you. You've been so kind with me. I met other Korean friends. Like everyone in this organization is really cool friend of mine. They respect me a lot, and it's across. So I think do not listen what is being spread online. This is all bullshit. If you are a nice person as a human, if you're a nice human, you'll be respected everywhere.
Expose yourself to different cultures. There could be a lot of serendipitous moments, happy moments. And my mission and passion is to make this country better. Really, I'm serious because when my son was out to the world and back in 2017, I was thinking to emigrate to United States or Singapore or anywhere, Malaysia, Singapore. I was thinking about that, but I thought to myself, okay, if I move my family to Hawaii and open some kind of grocery store, and I run my business there, local business there, and my wife and daughter and son and serving there, and I'm happy with that, like a Hawaiian dress and so on and so on. Yeah, if I leave that settle there, and I see my country, no babies crying, industries are suffocated, Samsung, Hyundai, LG, I don't know whether their prevalence in the market could sustain or go like this, lead the way. I don't know. So I was so determined. Okay, born in Korea, raised in Korea. I got a lot of benefits from South Korea too.
Exactly.
Let's pay it back. Give it forward.
Sure.
And that was my decision too. That is why I started working for this kind of like stubborn government organization.
This is so
But I'm happy, because mission is there.
That's beautiful. I think life without a mission or a vision is no life. It's lifeless.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful vision that I think I believe that people who tend to give back or put back into the world rather than just taking it are beautiful. Like Steve Jobs has saying that we do not, like the clothes I wear is made by someone else.
Mm-hmm.
The medicine that I take is invented by someone else. Everything around me I'm consuming, I'm not putting back. So it's my duty and job to make beautiful things and be as helpful as possible so that I can put back to the world.
Sure.
I consume too much and I want to put back the same way so that other people can consume.
Sure. Yeah. And the world we are living in is profoundly unequal and unsustainable.
Exactly.
We have to get together.
Exactly.
Get together.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I really love and appreciate your passion and vision and mission for this. Doer, thank you so much, Doer. With that, I will end the podcast here. I think that's a lot of insights regarding startup cultures and these organizations that you mentioned. I think a lot of the more the founders will see this podcast, I think the more you will get a request on the LinkedIn. I'll put his LinkedIn on there, so please tease him on the LinkedIn. Drop him messages, beat his brain, tell me more about Korean ecosystem. I don't want to tell you to my
Maybe to deal with those, like a wave of those questions, I need to kickstart my own YouTube channel.
Yeah, he's a really man of insight. To be honest, if you're a foreigner, you don't know Doer, life is hard.
No. Please come on.
So yeah, I'm telling you. Anyway, Doer, I'm really glad that you brought a lot of insights. There's still a lot to learn from you, but I think that we can cover it in other episodes.
Thank you so much for inviting me here, and to the millions of viewers around the world, please welcome to Korea and start your business. I'm here for you.
Thank you so much, Doer.
Thank you, bro.